And welcome back, Firewood Addicts, to another episode of Travis's Firewood. Today, I got something unique to talk about. Dig it. So, coming back from Vermont, and it's just trying to play catch up with everything. And I can't find my cowboy hat. My token, or not token, my iconic hat. I can't find it. I brought it to Vermont and I put it in my bag coming home. I know it's here, I don't know where it is in my house. Anyway, so no hat today. And no production. Like I'm trying to play catch up on the office and the house and all that stuff. And then I got this used Blackstone grill that I'm trying to restore, and because I want to use it because I think it would be cool, and which is why I'm wearing dirty like rag clothes for outside. Anyway, the point of the video is so no action this time around. I need to get back into Firewood soon, but I wanted to share or to get your insight or to share my opinion or something unique that came up in the comments of the last episode this past Friday. A few folks, and I'm sure that I forget their names or the user names. I think it was more than one, but I'm sure that you'll all tune in and watch this. I'm not pointing fingers, but it was very interesting. If you viewers / commenters made a point in the comments to mention that when it's dry in their area, or when there's a burn ban in their area, or there's an increase, and or if there's an increase chance of forest fires, or fire should not be outside type thing, they will reduce or not sell firewood during that time. They don't sell it during that time as like a moral, ethical standpoint to reduce the chance, because from what I understand with their comments, they don't want that guilt on their shoulders if somehow the people who they sold firewood to were negligent or careless, and that firewood that the customers bought somehow created a forest fire or accidental fire that burned down a house or acreage, or started a gigantic multi-100-acre forest fire because they use the wood inappropriately. So that's what I want to talk about, and that's what I want to bring up. As firewood sellers, if you're, I don't know, maybe a customer wants to buy a cord of wood and that's going to be their campfire wood for the summer, or you're selling a stacked wood or bundles like I do, regardless, you sell firewood during the hot months, during the spring and summer for outdoor use. Do you shut down operation and sales when your area has a burn ban, or do you continue with the status quo, and whatever happens to that wood after it leaves your wood yard, that's on the customer's fault. That's on their part. That's on them. So in that stance, you are providing a service and a product with your firewood, and then it's out of your hands, literally out of your property, out of your wood yard, out of your hands, and that's how far it goes. So at that point, the customer can do whatever they want with that firewood. They could cut it smaller. They can use it for kindling. They could make wood picks, toothpicks out of it. Whatever they do, it's not your concern, it's not your problem, because they bought it and now it's off. It's done. It a done deal. Now, I do respect the stance and action that you would reduce or cease sales during a burn ban in your area. I get it, and I respect that. I think that would be admirable. I feel that is admirable, for sure, to decrease the chance of people being negligent, and the firewood that they bought from you would somehow, in the course of a series of actions, create a dangerous situation of like a forest fire. Now, in my area, last time I checked, there's a burn ban where you can't burn debris, but you can have an outside campfire that is like 2 feet by 2 feet by 3 feet or something like that, like the 2 by 2 by 2 in terms of height, width, length, whatever, small, like a campfire. And you have to have a water source actively on, like a hose that's on right next to it, just in case. And it can't be within, like, I don't know, like 15 to 20 feet of burnable like firewood stacks. So I try to abide by that. But in the backyard, people can drive by and see the fire. If it's too big, then I mean, I'm sure in theory, the fire department could be called. But so far, so good. Knock on wood, no one has done that. If it was too late in the evening, or I don't know. I mean, I'm not gonna use a measuring tape and measure the height, width, length, whatever of my fire, with the flames, and it's not gonna, anyway. In my opinion, it's small enough and it is under control. So that's what the regulations in my county have currently now, because it is dry. But people do still burn, or they still buy firewood at my firewood stand. So far this month has been kind of slow, but it's open, and it is open 24/7. I don't shut it down. I don't reduce sales. No, but that's just me. In my opinion, it's on the customer to be mindful of the wood, and that's, if the accident, I wouldn't feel, I mean, I would feel bad, but not guilty, because it was on the person who bought the wood. It was on them. It is their responsibility to make sure that they're not careless and they don't use that firewood to create something more dangerous, like a forest fire or something like that. So I bring this up because I thought it was interesting. That people would actually reduce or stop sales when there's a burn ban in the area. And again, I get it, but if people want firewood, they want when they're going camping or out in the woods, or even at their home or wherever they want to make fire, they're gonna, if they want firewood, regardless of there's a burn ban where they get a fine or jail time having a fire. If they're gonna make a fire, they're gonna find firewood. And if they find you on Marketplace, or like a friend of a friend or whatever, and they call you, text you, or they come to your wood yard, and you're like, oh yeah, I'm closed down because it's burn ban, and well, they're gonna go someplace else. They're gonna go to the local hardware store or local grocery store, whatever, because they're not gonna stop selling firewood. And guarantee that. I don't think there's, I mean, there could be like laws against, it's a burn ban, you can't sell firewood. I haven't heard anything like that, but if you have, let me know down in the comments. But I don't think that is a thing. So if they can't buy or buy 5 bundles, or if they can't buy bundles from you because you're not selling because of the burn ban, or it's too dry in your opinion, they're gonna go to someplace else to buy it. That's the fact. That is just how it's gonna happen. So why not be the one to make that sale? Be the one to make that money. you could advise them just to be careful, or hey, reminder, there's a burn ban, but then that could kill your sale. So maybe not say, hey, there's a burn ban, you can't burn, but I mean, I'll sell you wood. Or say, hey, just be careful with the wood, just make sure you have water next to it. And don't be condescending about it, just be like kind of informative and be nice about it and professional, and then make the sale, make that money, and then they go. Done and done. But that's just my 2 cents on it. I will continue selling 24/7, 365, regardless of burn bans, etc. Until there's like, even sometimes there's like bad air quality too. That would be another one where people may want to stop selling to deter people from having fires, and that I get too. That I do get too. So I mean, so there's various reasons why you would stop selling firewood. At least, especially during the spring, maybe, but more so in the summer. But that's what I wanted to bring to light. That's what I wanted to chat about. So I've offered different viewpoints. I've offered my viewpoint. Again, no judgment on those folks that want to decrease or stop sales during hotter months when it's dry. I get it. I understand. I respect it. Good on you. Good on you. And I'm not judging at all. I just thought it was an interesting concept, an idea, and approach of action to specifically cease or to deter or stop or pause sales, to make sure that people aren't going to to make sure that no accidents happen, and that I get. So I want to open the discussion down in the comments. What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this topic? And a lot of you don't sell firewood, but hypothetically, if you did sell firewood, what would you do? If there's a burn ban in your area, would you decrease sales? Would you stop selling, or carry on like you would any other day? If you do sell firewood, specifically bundles, and you sell throughout the year, or like loose stack wood, what do you do? Is that a factor where you live, where you work, where you sell your firewood in your wood yard? If there's any laws or regulations, legalities in your area on this topic, not necessarily burn bans, but like the selling of firewood, let me know, because I am very curious about that. If that is an actual thing, and how local law enforcement would enforce that law of making sure that people don't sell firewood in a period of time. I think the burn ban here is going to go probably to the end of this month, August, potentially into September. So we'll see how that goes. But again, I'm not going to stop selling firewood. I'm going to carry on. I'm not going to decrease my sales. I'm going to make sure that my firewood stand is stocked fully, as much as I can. Putting that bucket time on Thursday to do so, to make sure that's full, so I can make that money. So that's the topic on the table. Go ahead down in the comments, share your experiences, share your ideas, share what you do or don't do. But hey, folks, keep it civil, okay? Keep it civil. We're all friends here. We're all friendly woodhounds. We're all brothers, sisters in this. But I want to open the conversation down below in the comments. Just your experiences, your insight, what you do, your actions, etc. Because I think it's a very interesting concept and idea. And again, there's no judgment on my end, and I don't want other people to judge who comment down below. I just wanted to open the conversation. So that's all I had today. That's all I had. Hopefully I hope next episode it will be more action-packed, actually doing something. But last week's episode is just going to be just me chatting. So I think it's good to have commentary. Just a topic that we can share and discuss, engage down below in the comments. Anyway, so thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Until next time, life's too short to be a prick, so stay kind to one another. Stay safe, stay cool out there this summer. Rock and roll, keep cutting. Cheers.